let's talk about the volunteering with the AIESEC in projects, especially global volunteer to go for volunteering. And my name is Langton Kamihanda, the country manager marketing, business marketing in Uganda. And today we have our guest or country director of SeaOwl who used to be an AIESEC meant for exchange, especially GV. And today we will share experience about these products. And let's start our conversation about the global volunteering. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yes, good afternoon. So I'm called Aurélie Duchateau Kizito. I'm the country director or general manager for SeaOwl Energy Services in Uganda. I've been in Uganda for 12 years, around 12 years. And we're happy to have the discussion with you today because yes, indeed, I was part of AIESEC. I'm still part of AIESEC as an alumni, and I benefited a lot from myself from these experiences in AIESEC and through the internships, and also benefited as an employer from AIESEC as joining the company.
That's interesting. So, what is your perspectives on the importance of volunteering for youth, especially going abroad?
Well, I really think it's a crucial thing for the youth in general. Going abroad is already a good thing when you learn about culture, other people, and how to travel. But now, when you go for like a professional experience, which is a community development project, or volunteering project, it adds on top of learning other people, as on like how do these people work in other countries. So it's really adds on someone's skills, and it helps the person to get themselves like know better about their capabilities, what they can do or cannot do, and it helps broaden the CV. So in general.
Thank you. So second question. What do you look for especially for applicants? What do you look for you as a HR manager, and then you have some knowledge in the capacity? What do you look most to in applicants, especially these skills and experience?
Yeah, so when we have positions that are open for junior, let's say, because if it's a senior person, maybe I look for some specific skills. But now, if it's a junior person, what I'm going to look at is not necessarily at the degree or what they study. Of course, it has to be in line with the opportunity we offer. But what we look at mostly is the attitude, the personality of the person. So, and that's why the going abroad for volunteering, for these internships that AIESEC propose, it adds on to, okay, is this person curious enough and bold enough to take such move and take on such experiences. So if I see on the CV that the person has traveled or has these different extra curricular activities on top of their university or aside from the university, it gives me an idea of like what the person is interested in, on their personality and attitude, as I said before. So that's what I'm going to look at. So if the person has that the right confidence, to express themselves, to communicate with employers, to communicate about themselves and how they know themselves, what they are capable of, and they know what they want to do, and they have an idea approximately on the path that they want to have. That's what we're looking at.
The one thing that I'm interested in is they're not looking for degree, but experience and the skills.
Yes.
So volunteering can add some experiences. Thank you. So how do you think that volunteering abroad can benefit young person, especially in their professionalism?
Well, volunteering abroad will open doors. Yeah, so it will open doors within yourself, as I said, so you get to know yourself better. what you can't do, what you want to do, or what you will not want to do in the future. Like knowing yourself is a crucial part of someone's development, right? And you can accelerate that getting to know yourself when you travel abroad for such volunteering experiences. Because if you stay in your comfort zone, in your little cocoon, with your family and the friends that you know, and you will not develop as fast as when you stay exactly when you stay, abroad in a foreign country. So that is one thing, and then of course it's going to open doors to the world in general, because you meet people. You meet people that you wouldn't meet in your current life, I would say, and that will open doors now to future career. Like my example, like I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for AIESEC. Yeah. So I was in Belgium in my little bubble, my comfort zone, and decided to cross to the other continent and met a lot of people. It was supposed to be short experiences, but then meeting people one after the other and getting different opportunities along the way. It brings me to now this position as general manager of a big French group. So it's very interesting.
So how can young people demonstrate their volunteer experience abroad in their CV in a way that they can attract potential employees?
Well, they definitely, first of all, have to put it there on their CVs. They shouldn't just mention, okay, I've traveled, let's say, to Kenya. They should say, I traveled to Kenya on such and such projects for this duration. Even if it's a short duration, I'm sure there was a specific project with specific tasks that the person has undergone and then performed. So these tasks should be laid out on their CV. It's hard for young people that just out of university, they've just graduated, and you always wonder, okay, what am I going to write on my CV? Now, such experiences, however small they can be, are always linked to skills and tasks that you've performed.
So to go abroad for specific projects, even if it's 6 weeks or 1 month, it adds some value.
Yes.
Our CV as young people.
Definitely.
Interesting. So is volunteering just beneficial for those who are go for the project based on their education background? If I studied the IT, I need to go for project of IT.
No. In any project, you will learn something. So if you, let's say if you studied accounting and you're like, okay, why am I going to work on a volunteering project about malaria or about gender sensitization, issues like that. Well, in every project, there are different tasks that you can have. Yeah. So maybe you have the task of handling, the budget of the projects. Yeah. So that is directly linked to now your degree. But even if you're not doing that task that is directly linked to your degree, you have other tasks to do, and this task will make your skills grow, like your organization and time management skills. Yeah? Just to travel, you have to be very organized, time-wise, logistically, financially. Yeah? So just that will make anyone's skills grow. Okay? Then you're gonna have to increase your presentation and communication skills. So now, this in any job you need those skills. Those skills are required, and that's what also the employers are going to look for. When I have you for an interview, like how do you express yourself? Which confidence you have. Now, going abroad in a foreign culture, you're gonna have to face challenges where you have to make yourself understood. So it develop those skills that are needed.
So again, for those who have studied engineering, medicine, also they can go for the project based on quality education.
Definitely, but the skills are really cutting across.
Basically, you mean I think it's for the engineering and also for those who study medicine, also can still go for the project about education of gender issues, and that's what also AIESEC will always offer and their project based on these SDGs. So, continuing, how can volunteering help young people explore different career paths and gain experience in areas that they may not otherwise have access to? For instance, someone can not have access on other careers, especially here. So how they can, this is a volunteering abroad experience and help them to access other careers?
Yeah, so that's also interesting because, as I said, you need to get to know yourself in general in life, and these experiences will accelerate that. So by going on volunteering experiences abroad, you also you discover more about yourself, and you realize the path that you would want to take. You meet people, you talk with people, you experience those the theory and those things that you read about. You experiment them now practically. So it will influence now the path that you take. You might find yourself that you studied IT, but in this project abroad you realize that you have sales skills, negotiation skills. So you go into business development for a company. So yes, you studied IT, but maybe you should go and work in a company that requires IT, but that will use your sales skills.
So to conclude, maybe could you summarize what you suggest young people should do to stand out to improve their CVs and therefore their future career?
So the first thing is not to only stick to sitting on the bench and listening to your teachers. Seek for the opportunities that are around you to develop those skills, so that theory that you learn during your classes. So organizations such as AIESEC, and I'm sure universities have also other organizations that you can take part of and develop the skills, get to know yourself, and become a better leader in general. Okay, so definitely go out there and discover what is around you. So I think that's the best advice that I would give, because if you just stick to your books, you will end up 3 years down the line after you've graduated as your bachelor degree, and you have nothing to say about yourself, about what you did during the last 3 years. So now how will an employer choose between two people that have studied the same thing, but one has these extracurricular experiences and one doesn't? The choice will be quick to be made. So young people really need to get to know what's around them.
Thank you so much. I think I learned so much, especially when it comes on the CV improvement, and I found also just to go for volunteering, especially volunteering with the AIESEC abroad, it adds some value and skills and experience in my career. Regardless of which career I started, but I also can go for any project and add some skills. And we was just discussing with HR manager and country director, so she has an experience and for those, especially checking the CV and she's a recruiter, so they have some skills we needed to have in our CVs before going to the recruiter to send our CV to the recruiters. So one most thing I learned and I want to share with you is just to go for exchange to volunteer abroad with AIESEC, and we have opportunities, especially in Uganda. You can go and volunteer with the AIESEC globally. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.